we're here for our first fall check-in. As the group is a few weeks into the fall now, we're going to chat with some of the older guys. We'll start at the top and work our way down as the fall goes. So we've got four seniors with us today: Tucker Bougie, Max Handren, Nico Button, Alex Burge, all different positions, different paths and journeys to get to the veteran status that they currently maintain. And we'll learn a little bit about them and obviously, again, check in on how the fall is going. So, first question to start, let's just start with the simple. How's the fall going? What's it been like? New group as you prepare for the 2025 season? What is everything look like right now as we kind of take that 2 week snapshot? And Tucker, we'll start with you and go down the line.
Yeah, I mean, so far 2 weeks in, it's always fun getting back on campus. Everyone's excited to be back. As Coach D says, it's very easy to work hard in those times, but this group has really worked hard in that time frame, and hopefully we can all keep it up and keep pushing each other. But yeah, it's a good group. We're excited for the year.
Yeah, it's been a blast. I think this group in particular is very present when everyone's at the field. Everyone's very locked into what they're doing, and that makes things flow a lot better and makes for a good time.
Yeah, I'm very excited about this fall and this coming season. I feel like this team is very close as it is, which can be a good or a bad thing. But I think this team's super close, super tight, and I'm excited to get to work with these guys and see where it takes us.
Yeah, I've enjoyed my first few weeks here. Definitely a different environment, outside of the baseball part here. But within the baseball, everyone works really hard. Everyone wants to work really hard. It's really fun coming to the ballpark every single day because we all get after it. So it's been good.
All right, let's talk more to your specific experiences. So, Tuck, we'll start with you. What's the biggest difference you see as a senior now? You're 4 years in. When you look back at when you were a fresh-faced freshman, first days in those first 2 weeks of the fall, what's changed between then and now?
Honestly, I wouldn't say a lot has changed. Definitely, the routine has shifted a little bit, but for me, that's what it's kind of been about every year is getting in a routine, figuring out what's working for me, what's not working for me, and sticking to my guns. It's obviously a little more comfortable being a senior and kind of knowing what you're getting into before every year and being able to lock in on the parts that you know you have to lock in on in order to be successful and kind of leave the other stuff out of sight, out of mind. But yeah, definitely just comfort and getting into the routine, probably the biggest similarities and differences.
Nico, what about you? Maybe more from an academic side. What's changed? Do you feel more prepared as a senior now? You're looking ahead at being a few months away from a graduation and a degree from a big time university, and obviously preparing to still play and be successful in the field too. What's changed about that?
I would just say the level of classes. Like I've learned so much over my first 3 years here. I for a while, brief moment, I had a stint where I thought I was going to minor in conservation and natural resource studies. It's like just widening my palette. Like I never thought I would have done that my freshman year. And like I'm studying econ. I love my classes. Learning about like the healthcare system, financial markets. I've been so lucky to learn so much while I'm here, and I've also learned a lot about myself, whether that be in the classroom, on the field as well. Just getting to know myself as a player and developing around like the other guys that I'm with. I'm very fortunate and I'm excited for what the future holds, especially this senior year, finish strong and graduate.
All right, Max, I got a different one for you because your path has been,
Yeah.
let's say, unlike most normal paths. You played a game last year that you thought potentially was your last college baseball game.
Yeah.
And then you waited it out this summer to see if a COVID waiver was a yes or a no. And late in the process, you found out that no, we're going to deal with you for one more year and you're still a college baseball player.
Yeah.
Take me through that process. What is the emotions like of that, and how's the fall feel as you kind of get, senior year part two?
Yeah. It was a crazy experience. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of emotions everywhere, from like sadness to just like what is next. But I think the biggest thing that this past summer offered me was just a change in perspective. in terms of the real world and the baseball world, just like what kind of is next. But yeah, getting this opportunity to come back has been awesome so far, and I'm just trying to take advantage of still being able to be on a college campus and take advantage of all the resources. So I'm kind of just taking this year as a gift and just like another opportunity.
All right, Virgie, you alluded to it already, but you're the senior in this group that has spent the least amount of time here. You're the new guy in the pack. Just talk to me about being a senior or a grad student playing a position that kind of has some inherent leadership roles already tied into it, but also being a new guy in the mix and learning the routine on that end too.
Yeah, very fortunate to be in this grad program here. Had the opportunity to do that, and just allows me to be up here more frequently and interact with different guys every single day, whether it's in the locker room or if it's on the field. And then coming from a school that didn't have football, I really love the football game days here, and I mean that's been a big part, of getting to know everybody and hanging out with everyone. And it's really important that we click on and off the field, because if we can do that off the field, I think it makes it a little bit easier to have fun, and most importantly, just be respected when we're here getting our work in. So that transition's been really good. So I love it.
Good. I'm going to stick with you, Virgie. Talk to me about what is it like. I mean, I don't want to speak negatively, but in the portal era where rosters are very different maybe than they were before, you're part of a roster that has a lot of new guys.
Yeah.
Normally that's a lot of young guys that have to figure out how to do it on the fly.
Yeah.
You're an example now of a lot of new guys that have a lot of college experience, just not here. What's it like kind of helping build that culture in a group that has a lot of playing experience, but trying to figure out how it's going to work best here?
Yeah, I think it definitely is a lot easier on my end being an older guy coming into a new spot when you got guys like this who know what it's supposed to look like here and how it's supposed to work. So really just the first few days and weeks just seeing what they're about and seeing where I can, fit in and let my personality kind of go and just see where I can help out and pull the younger guys along, whether it's on the field, conditioning, off the field, classroom, stuff like that. Like we've all been through it, but big kudos to these guys just showing me how it's supposed to look so then I can, elevate it.
What about for you, Tuck? I mean, being kind of the opposite end of that. When you were a freshman, you were taught by a bunch of guys that were here for 3 years, like you are now, being a leader in that group. Where there's some freshmen, and you're still showing those guys, I'm sure, but also some older guys that are new and need to learn, but learn in different ways because they have experience.
Yeah, I mean, it all comes down to culture and just getting us to really understand what we're trying to do here, which is obviously win. But how can we get guys fit into what we're trying to do? I think Burge just did a great job of explaining how he's trying to do that. And I think that's one of the best approaches. Just kind of watch, sit back, understand what's going on, and take notes, and then hop in when you feel comfortable and when you feel ready. And we try to create an environment that everyone's comfortable to share their thoughts and opinions in, and really like to have fun. And we just want guys to go get after it every day and have fun while doing it. So I think as long as everyone's on the same page with that, we're going to be in a great spot. But yeah, it's definitely different than coming in from my freshman year.
All right, Max, you're a part of the group that probably has the most continuity on the field. You've got yourself, obviously, and those two young bucks up the middle that were here last year that have a lot of experience. Have you noticed anything different, or is the routine? Did you feel like the infield group was kind of quick to get rolling when you have a group, and JJ also included in that mix as well, that really has been here, knows what it takes to succeed, and probably has some pretty strong goals to start the fall?
Yeah. It's been very smooth. I think we all know what we're trying to do. And honestly, I think the biggest difference so far has been focusing on the little things and attention to detail on our warm-up routines, getting our hands right before we go take ground balls. And yeah, I think that's going to be a big difference going forward this year. Just getting that routine dialed and getting prepared in that way.
All right, last question for the group. We're going to go one by one. Let's start with Nico because he's had to wait for a while. We'll go around whatever way we want from there. But give me one goal you have, whether it's for yourself, for the team. What is your challenge to finish this fall strong. It's off to a good start, obviously, like we talked about. What's the challenge for the meat and potatoes as we get to kind of the dog days of the fall here and pushing towards the spring?
Man, that's tough. I'd say my biggest goal is I want our Fall World Series again this year to be cutthroat. Last year, like, people were going for each other's necks, like taking shots at each other. I feel like that brought the best out in everyone. Like, we were super competitive, and it showed last year. We were a 36 win team last year. I think I just want that same competition, that level of competition again in this Fall World Series. It brings out the best in everyone.
Virgie?
Yeah, I mean, maybe a little bit different approach from my end, but just like as we get into the long days, just keep everybody healthy, keep everybody fresh, whether if that's mentally or physically. Just holding each other accountable with little things that we can do to keep us on the field and competing every day.
Probably just being consistent. We talk a lot about how everyone's here for a reason because they have the talent, but it's about being consistent with that talent. And I think every day, if we come in, take it day by day, pitch by pitch, or chunk by chunk, then we should be in a good spot to just be locked in every pitch when the season comes.
My biggest goal is to enjoy showing up to the field every day because we do it so much and it can get very monotonous. But I think if you keep in mind that like this is a choice, we're very like lucky to be in this position and just enjoy every bit of it. You'll get a lot more out of it, and your work is actually gonna like clean up and get better. So that's my goal looking at the fall.
All right. I got to finish with you too, Max. You kind of look like the bartender role. So what are you serving today? What you got in your cup today?
We got a berry smoothie. Got a little yogurt, frozen berries. I actually got pineapple juice in here too.
Hey.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Good. Well, as you get older in your senior year or your grad school level of your college experience, take care of those bodies, those minds.
Yep.
Thanks for checking in with us. Good luck this fall and go Bears.
Go Bears.
Go Bears.